Now, MS Dhoni may be 42 years of age, but he's still excelling in the Indian Premier League. This season has seen the wicketkeeper batter roll back the years and display some great form with the bat. His average of 55 and a strike rate of 224 is testament to that. But despite his form, the joint most successful captain in the IPL has attracted some criticism in the last few games owing to his batting position in the CSK lineup. So, is that criticism justified, or is there something more to it than meets the eye? In our segment today, we try and get to the bottom of it. Now, it all started in the CSK game against Punjab Kings last week when MS Dhoni refused to take singles in the last over, even when an accomplished batter like Daryl Mitchell was at the other end. This led to Dhoni receiving some flack for not trusting a batter bought for 14 crore in the auction and choosing to bat and keep the strike for himself. Matters came to a head a few days later when MS Dhoni caught everyone by surprise when he came to bat at number 9 in the batting order. In fact, it was the first time he had done so in his T20 career. Thala did not trouble the scorers on that occasion and was out on golden duck, but the fact that he came out to bat even after Shardul Thakur, who's primarily a bowler, left both the experts and fans in shock. Because while Dhoni had batted at 7 or 8 or higher than that in IPL 2024, but had never come to bat as low as number 9 as he did on that occasion. Reactions suddenly started to pour in right after MS Dhoni demoted himself in the batting order. Let's take a look at a few reactions there. Former India spinner in Harbhajan Singh reacted on MS Dhoni's batting position and said, and I quote, "Dhoni shouldn't play if he wants to bat at the number 9 slot. It is better to include a fast bowler than him in the playing 11 instead." Meanwhile, another former India player in Irfan Pathan echoed similar sentiments, and he said, "When the team needs you, you can't send Shardul Thakur ahead of yourself. Come on, mate, bat for 4 overs at least."
And in that, he should have come in earlier, but purely on the basis of what he's been doing. His form is really, really good at the moment. So, he could have potentially got that 40 off 20 balls or 50 off 25 balls or something to push them up around that 180, 190 mark.
Those reactions aside, but here comes the twist in the tale. Did experts and fans jump the gun in judging Dhoni's intentions this year? Well, if a newspaper report is to be believed, then that may indeed have been the case. It has now emerged that Mahi is nursing an injury. A source within the CSK camp has told the Times of India that Dhoni has been playing in this IPL with a leg muscle tear, and that is hampering his running abilities. Probably that explains why Dhoni has been shuffling his batting order this season, ensuring he doesn't come out to bat with more than 2 to 3 overs remaining in the innings. This would ensure he can deal in boundaries alone and as a result not run the risk of aggravating his injury any further. The CSK insider, reacting to Dhoni's criticism, added, and we'll take a look at what he had to say. He said, and I quote, "We are virtually playing with our B team. Those who are criticizing Dhoni don't know the sacrifices that he is doing for this team." Interestingly, the report further adds that Dhoni has been taking medicine prior to stepping onto the field ahead of each game. It's also reported that even when batting in the nets, Dhoni only focuses on smashing the ball and not running much. And although doctors have recommended him to take some rest, but as things stand, Dhoni has no option but to play for CSK every game. Why, you ask? Well, here are 4 reasons why, despite being handicapped by an injury, the former CSK skipper is turning up to play every match. Let's take a look at those reasons now. Reason number 1 is that there's no other capable wicketkeeper replacement available with CSK at the moment. Devon Conway, remember the team's backup wicketkeeper, was ruled out of the IPL early on. And the other backup wicketkeeper the team has is a young under-19 cricketer, Aravali Avinash, who many believe is still too raw and inexperienced to step into Dhoni's shoes. Reason number 2 is a new captain in Ruturaj Gaikwad. Now, while the man from Maharashtra has done a decent job in his debut season as captain so far, yet it would be fair to say that he's still learning the ropes of how to handle this high-profile job. Dhoni's presence and his tactical acumen will only allow the young skipper to do his job better, provided Dhoni is by his side. Reason number 3 is the position that CSK find themselves in vis-a-vis the playoffs. The team from Chennai may be third on the points table, but they have now been locked in a four-way battle to qualify for the playoffs. With some tricky games coming up against RR and a resurgent RCB, CSK can't afford to drop their talismanic wicketkeeper batter, especially when one loss can result in ending their campaign this season. And finally, reason number 4 is the spate of injuries that the five-time champions are having to deal with in the first place. Without Devon Conway, Mahesh Patirana, Deepak Chahar and Mustafizur Rahman, the team in yellow are anyway playing with a B side for all practical purposes. And if Dhoni were to sit out in a situation like this, CSK would be seriously short of experience and majority of their first-choice players, a luxury they cannot afford at the moment. Now, let's not forget Dhoni played the last IPL with an injured knee, although he got out operated immediately after CSK won that trophy. But while the knee has healed entirely, the muscle tear has now cast some uncertainty. Dhoni can do very little movement and cannot run for too long. And this is when the guy is still keeping wickets for 20 overs. So what is one to conclude about Dhoni's future in the IPL, keeping his current injury situation in mind?
राना, क्या लगता है आखिरी सीजन है?
खेलेंगे।
अगर एक बोला तो दो खेलेंगे। हाँ, एक सीजन बोला तो दो खेल जाएंगे।
Now, while his close friend Suresh Raina may have claimed that Mahi will have another season, this latest injury could put an end to those plans and result in this being MSD's final hurrah. But as we've seen in the past, expect the unexpected when MS Dhoni is concerned.